Good to see you. You guys are getting a nice pop today, up nearly 9%. Snowflake as well. I'm interested in the customer momentum here and deal sizes, because that seemed to be a theme that we've heard quite a bit this week. What are you seeing there?
Well, thanks for having me on TechCheck, John. It's great to be on the show with you and Deirdre and Carl. The business is very strong, and I think what we're seeing out there with every organization, large and small, different geographies, different industries, they're realizing that the heart of their strategy is more and more technology, and at the heart of that technology is identity. It's about connecting people to that technology and doing it securely in a very simple to use way. And they're realizing this is key, and they're seeing Okta as the leading independent and neutral vendor at scale to help them do that. And that's driving these results, whether it's the 950 customers we added, it's the stats like revenue growth, which you mentioned, which is over 60% total, but over 40% in organic, like for like year over year for the Okta standalone company. As you know, we did an important acquisition, so we're really firing on all cylinders.
Tell me about that acquisition and bookings specifically. There's a key difference, it seems. You know, we were talking to Snowflake earlier, we were talking to C3 AI. Just the motion of the sales force, to what degree you're being hands-on versus layered, traditionally in that approach, and the impact that's having. How's that impacting bookings?
Well, Auth0 is the acquisition we completed a couple quarters ago, and it's a very, very critical part of our company going forward. And that's because we are building the leading independent at-scale identity company. And that means we have to provide identity use cases for both employees. You come to work, log in, make it easy, make it secure, give your employees choice about technology, but also for customers. So when your customers come to your website, you're trying to launch a new mobile app to stay competitive, you're trying to build new products online. Identity is at the heart of that as well. If you want to give your customers a great customer experience and a great secure experience, Auth0 helps us do that. So the idea here is that companies have a lot of complexity in identity. They're like, how do I solve these problems? What vendor is going to help me? Who has the scale and the reach to solve these problems for me? And that is Okta, and Auth0 is a big part of that.
Hey, Todd, it's great to see you. Since early on in the pandemic, you've been mapping out a hybrid work strategy. I remember that early tweet of you holding your computer, leaving the office. I'm not sure if you heard Tom Siebel a few moments ago. He said that he had thousands of applicants that want to be back in the office full time. I'm wondering what you're seeing, and do you think that people in companies really do want to be back?
Our philosophy on this is we have confidence and we trust our team. We hire the best, we empower them to be successful, we trust their judgment. So our work environment is dynamic. We give them the choice if they want to work remotely, if they want to work at home, if they want to come to the office. Today I'm in the office. Yesterday afternoon I was at home. So it's really flexible on how the team wants to handle it. There is real challenge in this environment, the complexity of who might be where, but thankfully our own technology helps overcome that complexity. And then we have these teams that are working smartly, and they're empowered and they're motivated to make the right choice for them and for their team and for the mission of what Okta is trying to accomplish.
Todd, in the overall economic environment, any icebergs that you see or that you're concerned about? I mean, market volatility is one thing, uncertain political outcomes on, debt ceiling or, various things, another. But I'm curious, as you look into 2022, if there are any concerns or questions in particular that you have that could affect the macro environment and overall demand.
It varies by industry, John. Some industries, as you know, in the past couple of years were more impacted by the pandemic. Some industries were moved their businesses forward because of the pandemic. If you talk about tech companies or online retailers and so forth. I think what every company is realizing is that more and more every year, whether it's this year, next year, 5 years, 10 years, there's going to be more technology in their business. And it's imperative that they get the best tools to their employees, that's done securely. They're not subject to ransomware or any of these hacks we see going on, and that they reinvent or create new businesses online. And identity, what we're seeing over and over as companies talk to us, identity is at the center of that. And to get that right, they have to have a strong, neutral, independent identity platform. And we're here working hard to provide that for them.